What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another video. In today's episode, we are going to check out 7 awesome changes that can increase the popularity and player retention in Call of Dragons. If you are still new here, make sure you subscribe for more content. Like the video, share it with your friends, drop some comments down below. Let's get this party started. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, another day, another video. Today we're gonna check out 7 awesome changes that can really change this game and take it to great new heights. The good thing is the game developers are already gonna introduce 2 of the 7 changes that I'm gonna mention. Could you guys imagine if they add the other 5 that I'm gonna discuss in this video? These changes, I believe, are going to improve the popularity and the player retention in Call of Dragons. As of right now, so many players have kind of tuned out of this game because they feel like the game is just repetitive. Many players don't feel like there is something new for them to do in the game. So these 7 changes, I believe, are going to bring something new into the game. We really want to see Call of Dragons be the game that we thought it was going to be. And you know, the 2 changes are already going to come into the game. Imagine if they give us the other 5 that I'm going to mention today. Let us get right into it, guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the good stuff. We're gonna go to the system and we're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom and try to find the first change that the devs are going to bring to Call of Dragons. And that is the honorary membership daily gift. This is going to be one of the biggest game-changing updates to be introduced into the game. And it's going to increase the popularity and the player retention. How is that going to be? Now, many players in strategy games know that Generation 1 heroes are always not very strong. So when new people come into a game, they try to save up for future generational heroes. Call of Dragons kind of was notoriously known for restricting people with the daily gifts. So as of right now, you can only claim tokens for heroes that you have already unlocked. But with this brand new change, these tokens are going to be universal, which means you will be able to save them for future generation heroes. And when that happens, many players are going to come into the game. They are going to start playing right from season 1. They will be saving up for later generation season. This is going to increase the popularity and player retention. I personally log into Rise of Kingdoms like a few times just to claim tokens. So this is going to be a very good change. In Rise of Kingdoms, they have universal tokens over here. So people log in to claim these tokens to use them on a future hero that is excellent. This is good for player retention and game popularity. One thing that I would really like to see is for the devs to make these 3 tokens if that is possible. So this is going to be super awesome. But the good thing is they are taking a step in the right direction by making this universal. It's going to be excellent for player retention and game popularity. Removing the gem restriction in Call of Dragons is going to be another big game changer to help out with the popularity and the player retention in the game. So right now, if you want to gather gems from the map, you gotta zoom in and then you find these gem nodes on the map. As of right now, we only have a maximum of level 2 gem nodes. It would be nice if the devs could bring level 3 gem nodes just like Rise of Kingdoms. By allowing players to gather more gems, it will make them want to play the game. It's gonna bring a lot of new free-to-play players who believe they will be able to remain relevant by just gathering gems. One of the reasons Rise of Kingdoms is still a popular game right now is because of the unlimited gem gathering. In Rise of Kingdoms, every season someone could gather even 30,000, 40,000 gems. This is very good for player development, especially for those who cannot spend money. And if you know that you can gather gems in the game, you're going to keep logging into the game. You're going to keep playing. You're going to increase the number of players in the game, which will lead to a better KVK. As of right now, we are fighting the same players almost every single season. Many people are kind of tuning out because they don't really want to see the same faces all the time. So if the devs can really bring changes that will increase the player retention, this is going to be so significant for the game. They have already done one good one, which is these generational tokens. The next one they should do, I think, is to remove the gem gathering limit. this is going to be good for many free-to-play players. It's going to be excellent for player retention in the game. Change number 3 for the video is going to be flying heroes. Flying heroes are going to change this game and take it to great new heights. There are so many players who wants to be flying mains in the game. At this current point, there aren't a lot of flying heroes in Call of Dragons. It makes it difficult for many people to become flying mains. So if the devs can introduce a lot of flying heroes, this is going to be super important. Well, guess what? In one of the Q&As, I believe the devs have promised to bring more flying heroes into the game. This is going to be a game changer. Every single faction has flying troop types, but as of right now, we don't have the flying heroes to take care of them. And one of the factions that is suffering the most is the Spring Wardens and the Forest Eagles. Forest Eagles, in my opinion, are the best flying unit type in the game. Unfortunately, we don't have any flying heroes to take care of these Forest Eagles. It makes it very difficult for people to have fun in the Spring Wardens faction. Now, if the devs introduce more flying heroes, I do believe so many players are going to come back into Call of Dragons just to see what these flying heroes can do. And these flying heroes are going to change the strategy in open field. Things are going to be different. You're going to see alliances that specialize in flying units only, and they will suffer on the ground, but they will be good at fighting in the air. We're gonna really see a lot of good stuff in the game. So hopefully the devs can speed up the production of the flying heroes into the game. This is going to be very good for player retention and popularity of this game. As of right now, there are so many strategy games on the market. None of them can come close to Call of Dragons in terms of open field combat. I feel like the devs in Call of Dragons are missing out on a lot of good stuff. So flying heroes are going to be a change in the correct direction. They just need to speed up the process and bring these flying heroes into the game, and you're gonna see the magic happens. We're gonna get lots of new players. We don't have to fight the same people every season. So things are gonna be interesting with lots of new flying heroes. The next change that's gonna be awesome for player retention and popularity of Call of Dragons is going to be a brand new faction. You heard that correct, guys. We have 3 factions in Call of Dragons. Many players are kind of tired of playing these 3 factions. They want something different. They want something new. Most of the strategy games in this game have like 5-6 different factions to choose from. Call of Dragons only has 3. And the devs kind of promised they were gonna bring, like, I think a faction related to the Chinese mythology, but we haven't seen that. Maybe they ran into some problems while creating the story of a brand new faction. I feel like they can just finesse this faction stuff, like just bring us similar factions, but just change maybe the unit buffs. We can have like a second copy of the Spring Warden with different unit buff and stuff like that. Simple things like this can make a big change, guys. It can make a big difference by giving us different buffs and maybe changing the color of the troop type or giving them a different skill. Like here, archers have a normal attack. How about another faction that give us archers that have, you know, some increased defense or whatever? So this could be nice. But I think introducing a brand new faction is going to change the game. It's going to increase the popularity and it's going to increase the player retention as well. Many players who have left will probably come back to see what this is all about. And you know, if the devs introduce the 7 stuff that I'm going to talk about in this game, when new people come back, I don't see any reason why they should leave again. So yeah, this is going to be awesome, guys. Brand new faction will be very, very good. Devs, please do something. This is going to be one of the biggest game changers ever. Another good change that's going to increase player retention and popularity of Call of Dragons is going to be addition of new pet skills. We have had the same pet skills for a very, very long time. And right now, people only do like the crit build. Crit build for mages, crit build for physical units, and people ignore everything else. So I think devs need to find a way to make all the skills over here useful. We got so many skills here that people don't really want to use. I feel like the devs should introduce a bunch of new skills, new sets of skills that can really do something different. And they should also probably increase this pet whatever, pet sanctuary here, which allows you to have more pets. That way many people can work on new pets. As of right now, I know so many people who have built the pets that they want already, and they don't really care about pets anymore because they don't really need them. So I feel like if the devs can introduce a bunch of new skills that will breathe some life into this game, I think that's going to be super important. Like, so many units right now suffer from counter from the other unit type. For example, you cannot take out your 5 mage marches and walk on the field because there are going to be lots of vulture cavalry waiting for you. How about the devs introduce some skills that can help mages against cavalry? Right now, cavalry, they are quick, but if you don't have a lot of them, they are not good in large-scale war. How about introducing skills that can make cavalry relevant in a large-scale war, where they can hide among the mages and then just spring out of nowhere and do something crazy? A lot of skills like this can really change the game. Introduce some new stuff for infantry, some nice skills for the war pets. It's going to be awesome. It's going to make people take their pets seriously and do lots of good stuff. This will be good for player retention and making the game popular. It's going to be awesome. You're going to hear people talking about pets in Call of Dragons and what they can do. Something that is different from all the other strategy games. I believe Call of Dragons has the potential to do this. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the devs can really do something to the pet skills over here. Introducing a bunch of new stuff and just making things interesting. This is going to be good. Out of the 7 changes in this video, we are going to be getting 2 of them. Imagine if we get all the other 5. This is going to be awesome. Change number 6, that's going to be good for player retention and popularity of Call of Dragons, is going to be the arms exchange. Previously, we would get the arms exchange, I think, once every year. So if the devs can turn this into a seasonal thing, it's going to be awesome because we get new metas every single season. And if you give the players the opportunity to switch troop types every single season, it's going to be fantastic. Even 300,000 troops every season can make a big difference. So giving people arms exchange every season is going to be important. Because right now in the game, archers are unplayable. And you know, there are so many players who have started investing in archers from season 1. And right now they cannot really have fun in the game. To play archers, you're going to need a lot of skills and a lot of patience. A lot of people don't have that. In the past, it was easier to play archers. But now it is a little bit difficult because there are so many mage players who have red artifacts, maxed out everything, and archers cannot even breathe in the open field. So having arms exchange every season can mitigate this problem. There are so many archer players who are dropping out of the game because they feel like they cannot really invest into another troop type. They don't have the time to do that anymore. They have plenty of archer heroes that they cannot use because their troop type is not very relevant in the open field. So by allowing players to change 300 to 600 troops every single season, this is going to be very good for the game. For example, most players who have invested into archers are kind of transitioning into mages, but they cannot do that because they don't have the speeds to do so. And some of them are kind of just leaving the game because they can't really train the troops that they want. So if we have this arms exchange like every single season, it's going to allow people to kind of like switch gradually until they find a troop type that they want. This is good for player retention and popularity. It's going to make people recommend the game more to other people and allow them to come and play, where you can switch troop types gradually. It doesn't have to be a lot. Maybe 300 per season. It's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a hot addition into the game. So hopefully devs can do this. 2 changes have already been added. What if they add the other 5 that we're talking about in this video? It's going to be awesome. The final change of the video is going to be related to the new map that was added this season, aka the Age of Duality. Where can I find this map? It's right here. So this map, I think, is probably the worst one I have seen in the game. Or maybe we have just started a brand new season But many people do not like this map whatsoever because we have A realms teaming up with B realms, and the devs have restricted the A realms from fighting. If you guys remember, in the last season, we have spent 1 month in Home Kingdom. Now we're entering a brand new KVK. And then the devs decide to restrict us from fighting for another 1 month. So this is like kind of 2 months without proper fighting. It doesn't really go well for the large majority of Call of Dragons. The majority of this game are A-based alliances. And the devs have kind of found a way to make them feel bad about themselves. So this brand new Age of Duality map with the portals is just, I don't know, maybe I need to wait and see how this plays out. But from the looks of it, all the players in this game have been complaining about this brand new map. They want this map deleted from the game. And it is simple things like this that make other players kind of like tune out of the game, because you spend 1 month in the Home Kingdom and then you enter a new KVK and boom, this happens. Like, I don't know. Many people don't have a lot of patience. So I feel like the devs really need to bring new maps that allow for a lot of fighting. They can just design maps in their own image and allow people to fight. People just want to fight. They want to fight all the time. They want to collect those merits. They want to get good statistics for their account, which is what makes them very, very happy. So hopefully the devs can introduce some awesome maps in the future and avoid making maps like this, where you have the large player base in the game not getting any fights for an extended period of time. This makes some people lose patience. And I don't know, man, I feel like we haven't even started a brand new season. Like, I have sent a lot of my troops to hospital by just fighting in Battle Abyss. That's all I do pretty much. And the Battle Abyss right now, players just kind of hide in their starting region in the Battle Abyss. It's not so much fun. So I think the devs really need to do something about brand new maps. So these are some of the changes that are going to increase the player retention in Call of Dragons. One of the best ones that I have seen so far is this universal tokens. You have no idea how this is going to change the game. This is probably one of the biggest one. It allows people to start saving from season 1, which makes them want to continue playing the game until the end. They're going to save up and, you know, increase the player base. Make it so that you don't fight the same players every single time. There are 7 changes in this video. 2 of them have already been mentioned by the devs. So if we can get the other 5, like if we can get some of them, I do believe it's going to change this game and take it to a new direction. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.